Throughout the course of this semester, the use of many different tools will be required in order to complete your various lab assignments. The first step in using a tool correctly and efficiently is being able to identify it while also knowing its specific function. The tools used in this lab include a ball-peen hammer, a combination square, soapstone, an adjustable wrench, a pair of vice grips, and caseinite hardening compound. The majority of this lab will take place at the setup heating stations. These heating stations include an oxygen tank and an acetylene tank, coupled with their respective gauges, an oxyacetylene torch, the rosebud tip, and acetylene and oxygen flame arresters, a heating table with a catch bucket full of sand, and an anvil with its paired quench bucket. PPE, or personal protective equipment, required for each lab can vary from week to week. It is important to stay up to date on the PPE to meet the safety requirements. The student's base PPE layer for this week should include closed-toed shoes, long pants, a long or short sleeve shirt, and safety glasses. PPE this week will also include leather welding gloves and number 4 shaded lenses. You will be given one 16-inch piece of round stock for your fire poker and 2 wooden handles, one for your wood chisel and one for your screwdriver. First, secure your metal in a vise. Then, attach a pair of vice grips to one end. Use the knob on the back of the vice grips to adjust their jaw width to the proper size. Vice grips are not required for heating, but they will be used in this demonstration as an extra safety measure. Start by heating the tip of your fire poker to cherry red. Using a hammer and anvil, beat the round stock into a square. If the metal loses its cherry red color, it needs to be reheated. Repeat these steps until the tip has been formed to the proper dimensions. All 4 sides of the tip should be between a 1/16 and an 1/8 of an inch. Using a combination square and a piece of soapstone, measure 2 inches from the tip of your fire poker. This will become your bend line. Heat it until it turns cherry red. At an anvil, bend the metal to 90 degrees. Use the hole in the anvil for fine adjustment. Next, switch the pair of vice grips to the other side of the fire poker. To remove the vice grips, depress the lever on the bottom handle. Reattach the vice grips on the other side. Using a combination square and a piece of soapstone, make the appropriate measurement for the eye. Heat the metal to cherry red right at the mark. At an anvil, bend the metal to the appropriate angle as shown. Heat the entire bent portion to cherry red. Take the metal to an anvil, and with the metal of the eye sticking up, work it around the horn of the anvil to achieve the desired shape. For extra credit, you can make a twist in your fire poker. First, pick a point around the middle of your fire poker and heat it to cherry red. Next, take it to an anvil and square it off just like you did the tip. Heat the area to cherry red again and take it to a vise. Secure the fire poker in the vise and then, using the adjustable wrench, spin the fire poker 2 rotations to achieve the twist. While the metal is still hot and in the vise, use this time to make sure the fire poker is straight and adjust it accordingly. After quenching, your new twist should resemble something like this. To harden your tools, first heat up the tool you want to cherry red. Then, swirl it around in the caseinite hardening compound. Then heat the tool back up to cherry red. Finally, quickly quench the tool in a quench bucket. Clean off the excess caseinite with a wire brush. Repeat this process for all of your tools. To attach your handle, secure one of your tools in a vise with the tang facing up. Next, grab a handle and firmly slide it over the tang. Then, using a hammer, gently tap the handle onto the tang. Check to see if the handle is firmly attached by pulling up on it. Repeat this process for your wood chisel as well.